Well, good evening. My name is Miguel Rodriguez Artacho. I am at UNED University. I'm going to be very brief, just presenting the activities of our research group here at UNED. The context is pretty similar in the scope of eMadrid, so we are more related with the content production part and with the development of learning content specifications and standards. And okay. Now, excuse me. And as we have seen, as you can see in the first transparency, we are two departments involved. One of them more related with virtual laboratories and remote systems, and also related with e-learning, and we are more related with educational resources, labeling, and repositories, learning objects, etc. I'm going to present some of the tools and some of the background that we have in our group. We have developed some tools related with the production of learning objects and classification of learning objects. This project was called Enlace, and mainly what we provide is a way to, on the fly, create learning objects, label learning objects using mobile devices, while you are making some experiences in the scope of a classroom. In this case, we use students in a high school, about 16, 15 years old, and they were asked to label some activities in using mobile devices. So all the project was related with the use of these devices and tools to provide metadata to the objects and automatic classification. So some of the tools are related with the activities of the students in a collaborative environment, and some other activities were related with the repository itself. So in this case, we provide this tool which is called Pelican for the collaborative activities. We will talk about that, and also a repository for the students. And in this case, CARDS stands for a tool to label and to create different kinds of metadata profiles on the fly during the creation of these learning objects, and also modification of these metadata depending on the kind of tools that are going to explore the repository. So these tools are more or less the background of our... I'm going to skip some of the slides because we don't have many time. So parting from this background of arranging, creating, and having learning objects and resources in a way, what we have done is what we have done is to create a platform to make experiments between different actors in the learning environment in a collaborative way. So the second part of this background is this tool that allows us to create very complex collaborative experiences and arrange them in a very flexible way. So with this background, I'm going very quickly to the main achievement that in which we are now working, which is the CREATE project. In this project, we pretend to try to reshape a little how the way we gather learning objects and we go to the network, and how we can use information retrieval tools to provide this way to go directly to the web and retrieve content. Our intention is, on the first hand, to combine information retrieval tools and automatic classification And also, once we have created the learning content, provide a way in which we can, on the fly, go and get different learning objects, provided that we have a student in a certain moment with a certain context and with certain needs. So these two ways of working is the intention of the project. So as you can see, some of the technologies involved are on one hand labeling and semantic labels, and on the other hand formal concepts analysis, which is a technique of information retrieval that arranges the results in the shape of a lattice. The overall process is shown here, so this is only a work in progress. We are now defining the architecture, and we are intended to do a classification, automatic classification of our results, and according to some criteria. In this case, we have provide some instructional criteria to the classification process. On this part of the slide, you can see the tool based on formal concept analysis that we are going to use, which is a tool that provided a certain set of keywords, goes to the appropriate site in the web and retrieves all the information and arranges it shows that to the user in a clusterified form using a lattice, so you can differentiate different sets of documents according to the different topics that they cover. So in this example, I mean, the example was taken using a well-known Java repository, and the keyword was maybe handling exceptions. So it classifies all the results in this way. The other part of this slide is only a snapshot of a very well-known Protege interface. So we are intended to combine these ontologies and this information extraction to arrange content in a repository. The overall flow will be kind of like this. So the user will propose a query, or just the context of the user in the learning environment will trigger this query. Then the formal concept analysis will go to the website and gather the information, and we will classify that using a given ontology. So that's the intention. As I have said, this project has started in the 1st of January, so it's a very work in progress. So we are now defining this architecture, and the idea is to have a little prototype at the end of the year and continue doing experiences in this area during 3 years. It's a project funded by the Ministerio de Educación. And this is all from my side. Thank you very much.